If you're looking to take your mobile gaming to the next level, this is the Backbone 1 Gen 2, the latest revision of the Backbone 1 controller, and I'm here to unbox and let you know why this may very well be the best mobile controller there is. Now let me kick things off by giving my thanks to both Nvidia and Backbone for the opportunity to review the device. Rest assured though, these are my honest thoughts and I am no stranger to the device either, as it's been my go-to mobile controller for the last few years now, and I've been using it with my iPhone 12. This latest revision though does improve on my largest complaint, more on that later, but it's also now supporting USB-C for Android and the latest iPhone devices. When it comes to features, the Backbone 1 has a collapsible and compact design, a low latency connection as it doesn't rely on Bluetooth and rather connects directly to your device, thus leading to no onboard battery, and is optimized to use minimal power from your phone to ensure long gameplay sessions. There is a capture button for saving clips and screenshots, a 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB-C or Lightning port capable of charging your device while connected, and comes with a 1-year warranty and a lifetime of firmware updates via the Backbone app. Like I mentioned before, I'm no stranger to the Backbone. I've been using it for years now and for good reason. As someone who's tried my fair share of mobile game controller attachments, I've yet to come across one that I felt was as comfortable in long sessions while also feeling both premium and lightweight. But it wasn't a perfect experience. I guess you could say that I've always had a bit of a bone to pick with the original Backbone design, and that's that it simply didn't want to play too well with cases. Unless you had an ultra thin, and I mean ultra thin case, you would need to be taking it off every time you wanted to use it. And that truly was a bit of a deal breaker for me. Nothing annoyed me more than having to take my case off when I was out and about and wanting to use the Backbone to play some games. Thankfully, this new revision fixes that completely. It comes with two separate side inserts labeled small and large respectively. They are magnetic and can be interchanged to help adapt to different case sizes. In my current use case, my Pixel 8 has a standard size hard plastic case that's not all too thin. Thankfully, the small insert works perfectly for it to give it more space to accommodate the case itself along with the phone. Now I do want to be clear, while I haven't tested it myself, there are still probably size limits on cases. For example, I doubt an OtterBox Defender series case or any other heavy duty size case would fit all too well here. But make no mistake that this is still a massive improvement over its predecessor for me in terms of usability. Best of all, it doesn't really compromise on the feel of the device either. It still feels extremely sturdy and solid to hold with the case on. When it comes to getting the device itself set up, it's very easy, as it comes packed with a QR code that will link you directly to the app, and then the app itself will run through the setup process. It'll teach you everything you need to know about the Backbone 1, teach you the buttons and creating your own Backbone profile. And once you're in the app itself, I gotta say it's pretty neat. My impressions are overall positive of it. It looks nice, feels good to navigate, but I do need to bring up the Backbone Plus membership. You can get a free trial to test it out for yourself, and I recommend you do so. That said, I personally don't get the value out of it to justify its cost. Backbone Plus gives you access to 20 plus app features, including in-game perks and rewards, a unified game hub launcher, personalized game recommendations, in-app voice and text chat with friends, live streaming directly to Twitch, sharing in-game highlights and streams, and probably most importantly, the ability to capture, edit, and share 1080p video at 60 FPS with cloud storage. All this costs about $50 a year, but thankfully isn't required to use the Backbone 1 itself. Once again, the value behind this really does depend on the user. But in my case, I've used it without the subscription for quite some time without any issues whatsoever. Now that you know everything you need to know about the Backbone, let's talk about actually using it. Since it connects directly to your phone, it can be used with anything that has controller support, including App Store games, remote play with your PlayStation or Xbox, or if you're anything like me, most of its use case will be cloud gaming. And while I am subscribed to pretty much every cloud gaming service out there, my go-to service remains GeForce NOW. To put it simply, it's the one that works best for me while also providing the highest quality gaming experience through the cloud. I'll have more to say about that in just a second, along with info on a really sweet deal you can take advantage of, but for now, I just need to say that the Backbone 1 feels amazing to play on. Buttons have a satisfying click, triggers work well, the analog sticks feel good, and most importantly, latency feels non-existent since there's no weird struggle or odd setup process you get with some Bluetooth alternatives. Here you'll see a few quick clips of me playing Rocket League, Genshin Impact, and roaming around the critically acclaimed Baldur's Gate 3, all of it running through GeForce NOW streamed to my phone directly connected to a Backbone 1. And what can I say? It's a fantastic experience overall, though if you do want my main takeaways after using the Backbone 1 for well over a year now, here they are. It feels premium and extremely well built. My old Backbone one has also held up extremely well even after plenty of use over a year. Not relying on Bluetooth is a huge plus if you plan on doing any sort of cloud gaming or remote streaming, as it reduces the latency and issues faced. Gen 2 of the Backbone 1 fixes the major issue I had with the original of having to pop out my phone from its case just to play. So if you plan on ordering one, make sure it's the second generation, but according to the website, only the USB-C version of the Backbone 1 has a second gen. So if you are stuck on an older iPhone using a lightning port, you may still have to take your case off. My last major takeaway is that its design is very compact and lightweight, making it easy to toss with you in a bag or pocket when you're on the go. And since there's no battery, there's no worries of whether or not you've charged it before leaving. Now when it comes to my biggest con when it comes to the Backbone 1, well, it has to be its price. That's not to say it's not worth it, as I just mentioned, the build quality and such speaks for itself, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow up front, but take it from someone who's done the gauntlet of buying multiple cheap mobile controllers off Amazon, only to be disappointed over and over again by the overall build quality or running into various performance issues when wanting to use a specific app. The Backbone 1 simply works right out of the box, feels good to use, and you won't be disappointed or run into problems while playing any of your games. It just works, and that's a huge plus. Now let's talk about the GeForce NOW experience, and if you're in the market for a Backbone, a pretty sweet deal that should be taken advantage of. And that's that GeForce NOW members will receive a 30% discount on their purchase of a Backbone 1 by simply opting to redeem this member's reward. I'll put a link in the description below to where it can be redeemed. It's live for premium members from today till December 7th, on which the reward will then be available for all members, including free tier members, from the 7th running all the way till the 31st. So if you're looking for a sweet holiday gift or treat for yourself, this is perfect. Now for those unaware of what GeForce NOW is, it's a cloud gaming service that allows you to play your existing library of games from Steam, Uplay, the Epic Game Store, Origin, and GOG.com without having to repurchase games you already own. It's got a wide range of device support, including PC, Mac, Chromebook, browser, Android, and iOS devices. If you're an iOS user, simply go to play.geforcenow.com to play. Android users should download their respective GeForce NOW app from their app store. So what's it all cost? Well, GFN comes in 3 flavors: free, priority, and ultimate. Free, as the name suggests, is free access to standard servers with unlimited 1-hour session lengths. Priority gives you priority access to servers with up to 6-hour session lengths at up to 1080p 60fps streaming with RTX on for supported games. This comes in priced at $9.99 a month or $49.99 every 6 months. And last but not least, you've got Ultimate. This lets you enjoy gaming at the highest level of fidelity. You can play at up to 4K 120fps, 1080p 240fps at ultra low latency on supported devices with RTX on and 8-hour session lengths. There's also support for ultra-wide aspect ratios, and yes, for those wondering, if your Android phone supports 120fps, you can take advantage of that while gaming with your Backbone. Ultimate comes in at $19.99 a month or $99.99 every 6 months. And just to clear up any confusion, as there might be some, there is no limit to how many sessions you start up in a day. This applies to all tiers, so fear not about being restricted on playtime. Now, an additional thing I do need to make very clear here is that not every single game is supported on GeForce NOW. But the team over at Nvidia have been working really hard to make sure most of the biggest titles are covered. This year in particular, they've reached over 1,700 games supported, some of the largest games of this year being included, such as Modern Warfare 3, Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, and so much more. Not to mention, they have access to the biggest free-to-play titles out there, be it Rocket League, Fortnite, Warzone, and more as well. I for one think you'll have plenty to enjoy, and hey, they're always adding more and more games each and every week, every GFN Thursday, which I cover on the channel as well, so be sure to subscribe to not miss out on those updates. Seriously, to me, the Backbone 1 and GeForce NOW are a match made in heaven. It provides you the best possible gaming experience of full AAA titles on the go with your mobile device. It combines an excellent service with a sturdy, reliable control scheme that is good for long gaming sessions while being portable, lightweight, and best of all, adaptable to however you choose to play. You won't be required any new hardware other than the Backbone 1 itself along with your current mobile phone. The inclusion of a headphone jack is also very much appreciated in a world where most phones phones don't have them anymore. And when you take the well thought out design of the Backbone 1 and mix it in with the excellent service that is GeForce Now, the possibilities feel limitless when it comes to gaming anytime, anywhere. If you have any remaining questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. This is my first unboxing on the channel, so all feedback is welcome. If you happen to enjoy it or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button, as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well.